Let's record.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first of many webinars where we will be discussing crowdfunding, Real Helping Hands as a crowdfunding platform, and how we can help you at this present time where we're all facing a pandemic. So today, I have my team with me. I have Sasha, I am Kadeen, and we'll be getting a wealth of knowledge from our Chief Operating Officer, Andrew. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? How are you all today? Good?
Wonderful.
Amazing, amazing. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. Andrew, crowdfunding. What is crowdfunding? Can you explain this concept to us?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Crowdfunding is simply raising small amounts of money from a large group of people, typically online. For example, most people use the internet or social media. Crowdfunding is important because it provides access to a larger group of people than traditional sources of funding. You as an individual may only know 50 persons, but your friends and your family combined, all of you are going to know more than 1,000 persons. So crowdfunding is basically taking advantage of our social networks and fundraising through that medium. This is what Real Helping Hands offers us. So crowdfunding is just fundraising online using social media.
Fascinating, fascinating. So tell me, so for someone like me, how can crowdfunding help?
Yeah, another great question. So crowdfunding can help by reaching a larger audience with your campaign. Traditional ways of funding, such as a bake sale, a fundraising dinner, or a party for fundraising, they're limited, right? They're limited to your immediate circle, or maybe your friend circles or people that you know intimately. Um, because crowdfunding is online, participation is virtually unlimited. If you create a campaign and you share it on social media, your family shares it, and your close colleagues share it on social media, it can go viral. Meaning that their friends of a friend of a friend's, they're going to see it too. So you're going to reach a wider audience. That's how crowdfunding can help you. So instead of just getting 50 people, all of a sudden you have 1,000, 800
Right.
people helping you. Yeah.
Okay. So let me know if this will apply, right? I have a child who is of university age and he wants to study a program that's not available locally. So of course we need to explore options overseas. I really don't have the funds to send him away to college. Can Real Helping Hands be of help to me in this instance?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Kadeen, we hear stories like this all the time. And we
Mhm.
always say to ourselves, what can we do to help? In this case, your son, is probably going to be, the first person graduating from college. He has his mommy rooting for him. He's been getting very, very good grades in his entire life. He's been accepted by a foreign institution. This is a
Right.
major achievement in one's life, right?
Yes.
Create a campaign, your son speaks, you show your son's report card, and you say, listen, guys, I'm asking you, we need this help. This is a great opportunity for my son. I guarantee you that people will support you. You know why? Because everybody's been in that position before. And the worst thing anybody wants, especially a parent, they want the sky to be their limit for
Of
their kid.
course.
Yeah, so crowdfunding can definitely help you in this in endeavor, and I encourage everyone that has any similar circumstance to start a campaign and put it out there on social media, and you will be surprised at the outpouring of donations that will help you to achieve your goal.
That's wonderful news. Thanks, Andrew. So my next question is, can you describe the structure of crowdfunding for us?
Yeah, crowdfunding 101 is very basic. You create a campaign, you tell a very engaging story, You set your funding levels, you know, how much you want. The funding level is basically what you're asking for. You're asking for 500, or you're asking for a 5,000, or whatever that sum is. Um, you create a compelling and engaging story. You set your funding goal, and you share that campaign on social media. You share it with your email, with your friends and your family. It's all about sharing, right? And then, you know, with our platform, you have the capability to in real time to see how your campaign is performing, right? The next step is, if your campaigning has X amount of money, you want to take some of that money and start the process of your campaign going. You can do that. You can request a withdrawal, and select your payment method, and begin using the money towards your goal.
Right, right. Okay, okay. So can you give us some numbers, some statistics on how this has been working globally?
Yeah, so globally, you know, crowdfunding has just, you know, taken off. I mean, I believe when crowdfunding first started in the early 2000s, it was only millions of dollars, and no one ever really thought anything of it. But
Right.
what's been going on year after year, crowdfunding has been performing. Okay, the analysts last year, even with COVID, they predicted a negative impact on crowdfunding, right?
Okay.
The numbers are in, folks. And for 2020, we had a growth of 17%. Okay.
Wow.
An accelerated, you know, what's called an accelerated GAR of 18%. You know, if you're in any type of business, you definitely want these positive numbers. And, you know, incremental growth year over year between 2019 and 2018, 2019 and 2020, the incremental growth was $124 million, right? With a B.
Amazing.
That's astonishing. You know,
Yeah.
there's an appetite for people to help people. You create your campaign and you put it out there. You make a compelling case or argument. You share with pictures, and folks, it will move people to help you.
Right. Excellent. Thank you, Andrew. So can you explain some more about these numbers in terms of the successful campaigns, etc.?
Sorry about that. I was on mute. My fault.
I realize.
Yeah, absolutely. So, on average, we see that the average backer for a campaign, the amount of backers, which are donors, is 302. You know, the average successful campaign lasts about 113 days. We have some metrics regarding the average donor is between the ages of 24 and 25. There's a
Wow.
reason for that, right? I mean, you know, they're millennials, right? And with millennials, everyone has a smartphone these days. They're
Yeah.
always on, you know, it's not, I'm not making a derogatory statement. It's just, you know, millennials are more connected than older adults are, right?
Yeah.
We
No.
just are.
Yeah.
You know, we just are. You know, 61% of crowdfunding donors are men. For whatever reason that is, you know, it's just that, you know, men are often online a lot, right? You know, my wife is always telling me I'm spending too much time on the computer, right?
Mhm.
You know,
I know it. I know it.
to come to bed or go outside or something, spending way too much time on the computer.
Right.
You know, while the majority, 54% of millennials contributors donated to crowdfunding campaigns of their friends and family, 22% report that they focus their donations on small business startups, and 32% are willing to donate to strangers. I mean, 32% willing to donate to strangers. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you met me on the street and you're saying, "Oh, how much money you gonna?" No, we don't give, because the reason why we don't give to strangers a lot of times is we don't know them. We don't know their story. We don't know if they're being honest or what.
Yes.
But with crowdfunding, the person's making a case. They're presenting you with a compelling argument, and you're submitting evidence. Yeah, great question.
Yeah, these numbers paint a very interesting picture.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So My next question, crowdfunding in the Caribbean. Why the Caribbean? How will it work for us?
Yeah, as we all know, fundraising in the Caribbean can be very challenging. None of the major crowdfunding platform caters to our community. They just don't.
Right.
If I'm in Jamaica and I need to create a GoFundMe, and one of the major guys, they're asking me for a US address. They will not allow me to create a campaign. Therefore, there is a great need in our community for this platform, right? So that's why we created it. We created Real Helping Hands platform as a platform that our people can create their campaigns and share it on their internet to their friends and family and beyond.
Right, right, lovely. And to add to that, I mean, there is, especially at this time, there are limited options for capital funding for small businessmen and, entrepreneurs, so that would be amazing. As well as I think that in the Caribbean, our economies are struggling right now. So this type of concept can stimulate our economies by encouraging spending. So that's great. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
Yeah,
all connected. We're all
yeah,
connected.
definitely, definitely. So the next question I have for you is why use Real Helping Hands? What are the reasons?
Yeah, Real Helping Hands, our online platform has been developed to help you raise funds
Mhm.
without any hassle. We've made it as simple as possible. Our platform has no setup fees. Our goal is to make fundraising simple, easy, and effective for the people of the Caribbean as a whole. We are secure and we are safe and we're user friendly. Some of the key pointers of our platform is we are once you create a campaign, it's a centralized location for all your communication with your donors. Instead of calling people and sending out emails, all you have to do is just update your campaign. Update your campaign with a sentence or two sentence providing an update. Update your campaign with pictures. It could be update your campaign with video.
Right.
Another key feature of our platform is it's a centralized location for all your donations. All your donations are coming into a single source. You're not checking A, you're not checking B. You're simply checking, on realhelpinghands.com. It's a single source of truth. Everyone that creates a dashboard, every campaign created has a dashboard that articulates the donation balance and any status of funding, where you are versus your goal, who have the individuals, if they want to leave their name or if they're anonymous, who has donated to your campaign.
Right.
Another key feature of crowdfunding of Real Helping Hands crowdfunding platform is it it creates that networking effect. We keep sharing it on our platform. On realhelpinghands.com, we share featured campaigns. We share our campaigns in our newsletters, on our homepage. We share it with other users on our Real Helping Hands Facebook, on our Instagram, our Twitter feed, on YouTube. When we do print media advertisements in local newspapers and notice boards, we mention our campaigns as well. Another big feature of Real Helping Hands is the potential to go viral.
Mhm.
If your story is compelling and if it's emotive and it's to people, it's going to go viral. And when I mean go viral, it's not just going to go to 5, 6, or 20 people. We're talking about it's a breakout where
Yeah.
it goes from 5, 25, 55, 105, 200. Next thing you know, whatever you asked for, whatever your goal was, your financial goal was, next thing you know, you're tripling or quadrupling that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. And what gives me a sense of pride is that it's the only crowdfunding platform that's native to the Caribbean. So it's ours, you know?
Yeah,
Good. Yeah,
absolutely.
right. Um, so what would you say from what we've discussed so far? What should be our key takeaways?
Yeah, the real takeaway is Real Helping Hands is for real people helping people.
Right.
You know, The Real Helping Hands platform allows you not to just be a bystander. I'll give you the example. You're watching the news. We all watch our local news. You see a news story about the old lady, Miss Betty. She's a widow. Her house is burnt down. You said, oh my God, I wish I could help her. Now you can. Now you can with Real Helping Hands. If Miss Betty has a campaign, you're gonna see that, right? And you're gonna be saying, oh my God, I know that lady, let me give her something. And you know what, I know that my cousin knows her, I'm gonna send this link to my cousin to help her as well. That's how this thing is shared. This is how crowdfunding works, right? And with
Yeah.
Real Helping Hands, we are empowering people not to be bystanders anymore.
Yes.
We are now active participants. We're not asking, again, the other part I should point out about crowdfunding is it's small amounts. We're not
Mhm.
expecting any big money. It could be as little as $5. It could be 10. It could be 20. It's whatever you can afford,
Yeah.
right? With the knowledge that other people are going to do the same. And when you have 500 people giving $10, that's a lot of money, right?
It is. It is. It is. It adds up. I love that it allows for our people who are in the diaspora to still be able to connect with home. They could still help Tanti. They could still help, Grandma with whatever problems that she has. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
right. And I also love what you have on this slide where we need each other to help ourselves. That is such an impactful and profound statement.
Yeah, it's all about helping each other, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Real people helping people,
yes.
right? We're no longer bystanders, right? When we see a member of our community suffering or going through high stress situations,
Mhm.
we want to help, right?
Yes,
We want to help, and
yeah,
this is our platform allows you to do that.
that's correct. Because these are relatable and common experiences. So I will hand you over to Sasha because I'm sure she has some questions for you.
Sure. Hey, Sasha, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Kidin. I definitely have some great questions here. So, Andrew, tell me, how much does real help enhance cost?
Sasha, that's a great question. Thank you for asking it, and thank you for participating. So, Real Helping Hands platform, our platform is 100% free for campaigners. We are what's called donor supported, meaning that the donors that are contributing to your campaign, your individual campaign, they are paying a transaction fee, and there's also a credit card processing fee. That's the only cost, and the cost goes, and it's your donors that are paying that cost. So, for example, if you raised $500, that $500 would be paid out to you minus any bank fees that your bank may or may not charge. We don't know what your bank is, but we're telling you that if you raise $500, you're going to get $500. We are not dipping our hands in your pot.
Whoa, that's wonderful. Next question, please. So, I'm curious about this. What are the goals of Real Helping Hands? Are you a part of the digital revolution?
Yeah, Sasha, that's a great question. So, our goals are very simple. We want to be the platform of choice for crowdfunding in the Caribbean. We built this platform for the Caribbean for us to help each other. That's our goal is for us to simply help each other. Whichever island you live on, if you're whatever if you're in Belize, if you're in Guyana, we are one community and we want to help each other. And this digital platform is the marketplace for that help. Yes, we're absolutely a part of the digital revolution. We're definitely a part of the future. I'm sure everybody knows by now, digital is the future. In the next few years, our region is going to grow more and more digitally connected. If something happens in Grenada or Trinidad, everybody else is going to know about it like that. We're all becoming more and more interconnected, and it's not just the region, it's the world, right?
Yeah, definitely. Digital transformation is underway for so many businesses. I mean, I could speak to Trinidad and Tobago in particular. I think that, this also creates a safe and transparent way for philanthropists to give freely with the confidence knowing that they're truly making a difference.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Great point, Kadeen. When it comes to security, that rings a bell right here. And I definitely have this question for you, Andrew. How secure is Real Helping Hands? How do I know I will get the money I raise?
Yeah, thank you for that question. At this time, security is priority number one with so much malfeasance going on. At Real Helping Hands, trust, fidelity, and reputation is critical to our success. We understand that trust is built over time. Fidelity is our obligation to maintaining the trust you have given to us. Reputation is what we earn from you. Our platform is secure to the highest standards. We have in place safeguards to protect our campaigners and donors. Your privacy and security are very important to us. Private information such as your name and address and bank details are never revealed or shared on campaigns and are not available to the public. You, as a campaigner, may choose to leave a contact email or phone number to some of your donors. However, this is not a requirement of Real Helping Hands. The caveat with that is if you're going to leave your email or your phone number, people might contact you and they will say that, oh, we're from Real Helping Hands and we need money from you to help in your campaign. At Real Helping Hands, our platform, as I said, is free. We will never ask you for cash. We will never ask you for check or your credit card to set up a campaign. It is completely free. So if you ever get a call like that, there's a portion in our site where you can report this to our legal affairs. Again, building trust with our campaigners and donors is very important to us. As part of that, our terms of service strictly forbids a lot of these fraudulent, these fraudulent activities, money laundering, pyramid schemes, or, as they're locally known, I think podnas, we don't do loans. What I will say is, fraudulent activity is lying or being misleading about your identity as a campaign organizer or your relationship to the ultimate recipient of the funds. Meaning, if you're raising money on behalf of a person, you can't just create anything, then, collect the money and expect to get away with it. It's not. Okay, that's fraud.
Yeah.
Posting misleading or inaccurate statements about the campaign or story, that's misleading and dishonest. And again, we have a reporting mechanism that you will be caught and you will be prosecuted. Kadeen, I'm sorry, I thought you wanted to say something.
Oh no, when you finish. No, you go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So, part of the reporting mechanism, we ask that our campaigners or donors report suspicious campaigns. We ask that you provide the link of the campaign. We ask that you tell us the reasons why you feel this campaign is suspicious, right? Provide evidence of fraudulent activity and provide a screenshot if possible and whatever information you have. And, we would ask that you provide it to legal@realhelpinghands.com for us to take over and investigate. If you're a campaigner and you believe that you're a victim of fraud, I would advise you to, start a case with your local authorities, and we will do our best to support you and providing all the evidence that we can. And, yeah, I mean, this is our standard practice, and again, we take we take our reputation very seriously, and we want your trust, and we're willing to build this trust with you over time.
Right. I think this was a very interesting and salient point, Andrew. I'm really happy that you raised it because cybersecurity is such a growing concern globally. So thank you that our viewers get to hear where we stand on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, that's great. Thank you. Wonderful answer, Andrew. We want to talk here about stigma. We definitely know that there is a stigma, especially in the Caribbean, as it relates to asking for help with money. What
Yes.
is Real Helping Hands doing to address this matter?
Yeah, this is a great question. I would say that the stigma, it's a cultural issue with us Caribbean people. We're prideful people, for better or for worse.
Yes.
We have a fear of being shamed publicly, of humiliation, and for our neighbors and friends to think, the worst of us, right? First of all, there's nothing to be ashamed of. We all need help from time to time. When I was younger, I needed help. Right now that I'm adult, I need help from time to time as well. What Real Helping Hands offers with our platform is the opportunity to expand the reach of your fundraising needs. Right? Again, your fundraising needs are not just your friends and family. We're expanding that virtually, right? You create your campaign, you share it, you start off with your friends and family. They know you best, okay? But your other relatives are gonna share it with their friends, right? Other people are gonna, and if it's a compelling story, other people are gonna be interested in it. That's how this thing works.
Mhm, mhm. And I mean, Andrew, I would add that there's so many commonalities in our experiences. We all have shared experiences in this life. And there's a common narrative that raising funds is only for the needy. But as you're pointing out, that's not the case. All of us need help at some point in time. And most of us just opt to go to the banks and take out loans. You understand? So Real Helping Hands is creating an alternative, and better way to raise funds. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about real people helping people.
Yes,
That's all it is. Real people
yes,
helping people.
yes.
I
Sasha,
too want to add something here right now. I know the pandemic really hit us hard, and a lot of lives have been affected by it. And I think that because everybody has been touched in so many different ways, is that there's an openness to reach out for help also, and there's also an openness to give, and I think that's really wonderful. Thank
yes,
you.
yes.
So, Andrew, we dealt with cost, we dealt with security, we dealt with stigma. And I know that we covered so many different questions and so many wonderful answers, but I know definitely that charities will be running to get set up here at Real Helping Hands. Will Real Helping Hands be issuing contracts to charities who will love to use the platform for their fundraising needs?
Yeah, another great question, Sasha. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Real Helping Hand, welcome partner. We will Real Helping Hands welcomes partnerships with charities and nonprofits. We encourage them to use Real Helping Hands platforms to share their projects and get donations from a wider audience. Again, when these charities create their campaigns or they call them projects, it's either they're doing fundraising events, right, or they're doing cold calling through the phone, right. With Real Helping Hands, they create the campaign, and all they're doing is sharing it via social media or via email, right. This can augment their calling efforts, and this will help their donors by giving them a centralized way and a universally acceptable way of accepting donations, right?
Mhm,
Um, you know, the charities will have access to the dashboard,
mhm.
uh, to see to effectively manage their fundraising. And again, it's the network effect. It's all about the shares. We will share it. The charity itself will share it to their present and past users or donors. They will share the link, and Real Helping Hands will also share it on Facebook. We'll share it on our Instagram, our Twitter feed, our YouTube, and of course our print media. Local newspaper and notice board. And again, if the charity creates a campaign that's very compelling, and it has a potential to go viral. And I think that's where That's one of the advantages that Real Helping Hands does. You can't have a campaign, you can't have a fundraising event go viral necessarily through the phone or through a fundraising event, but it could
Yes,
certainly go on it could certainly go viral on social media.
definitely. Yeah. And to echo what you're saying as well, Andrew, in the spirit of networking, these relationships and partnerships, they enable the connections of the right people with the right people, right? So we're connecting campaigners with their donors. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful, Andrew. So let's talk here about other fundraising sites. We know GoFundMe, we know about Kickstarter. What sets Real Helping Hands apart from the other fundraising sites, from these other fundraising sites?
Yeah, there's plenty of other crowdfunding sites like you've mentioned. The thing is that they don't cater towards the Caribbean community, and you cannot create a campaign from your geographic location. Additionally, our platform is 100% free. Other platforms, they charge a platform fee. We don't. Ours is donor funded. Um, our process is very simple and very direct. Our customer service team, we're available to assist, answering question and providing tips as needed. We're here to support you.
Excellent.
Great, great. So what type of crowdfunding does Real Helping Hands support? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so realhelpinghands.com on our crowdfunding platform, we support education, we support small businesses, we support nonprofits, we support community, we support individuals, and we support charities.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and those categories that I mentioned, they all fall under, subcategories. Like, individuals might have a medical bill, right? Individuals, the unexpected death in the family, they need money to help to bury, or whatever. An emergency. A nonprofit might have a certain project that they need funded. Education. Perhaps a school in your neighborhood or your district. Maybe it needs paint. Maybe it needs, internet connection. It needs funding to better the facilities, get new books. Um, you know, could be small business, could be something creative. Any event. The sky is the limit within these categories.
Okay, so I noticed that I'm seeing travel here. Why should I donate for someone to travel? I need some more explanation on this.
Yeah, so travel. I mean, you know, you would think that somebody going on vacation, but no, it's not like that. Again, it's all about the story behind it. A couple of years ago, we had the story of a little girl. Her mom had lost her job, and her mom had been promising her. The girl is 6 years old. Her mom had been promising her, "Hey, I'm going to bring you to Disney World. I'm going to bring you to Disney World." Right. And so her mom was saving. They had a few emergencies, and ultimately the mom ended up losing her job. The little girl was ultimately devastated. A friend of the family saw the little girl. She was in distress and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to create a crowdfunding platform for you, and I want you, little girl, to explain to the world what's going on in your family." The little girl got on a video and she said, "Listen, I was born blah blah, X, Y, and Z, and my mom has been promising me for the last 2 years. She articulated that we're very poor, we live alone. My mom's job doesn't pay enough, and we have to, make choices between, food and on a trip. We have to make decisions, severe decisions like that." And her mom was saving up for this trip, and her mother had a medical emergency, and the cash was wiped out. And from that medical emergency, the mom ended up losing her job. And then the little girl's birthday came, and it was absolutely heartbreaking to hear the interaction between her and her mom, for the mom to explain why she couldn't go. And they were able to capture this in the campaign, and it went viral because, myself as a parent, you know, I, if I can help a kid go somewhere that they're dreaming about, why not?
Yes.
Why
Yes.
not? I know plenty of families that have been to Disney World, and let me tell you, it's a magical experience. Why would we not help this little girl? And
Yes.
I'm telling you, this thing went viral. And this little girl was only asking for $1,200. I think they ended up getting like $500,000.
Mhm.
Okay, because everybody was like, no, she is not going to be asking for, she's not going to need for the rest of her life. Because
Mhm.
what she had to say was so touching and it was so authentic and it was so honest, right?
Yes.
This innocent child, she doesn't understand why her mom left her job. She doesn't understand about medical. All she could think of was Disney World, and it's connecting the dots. And the
Mhm.
community as a whole came together and said, you know what? We're not going to stand for this. I'm giving $5. I'm giving $10. I'm giving
Wow.
$5. I'm giving $25. That's how this thing helps.
Mhm.
That's crowdfunding.
Mhm.
Wow, Andrew, that's such an inspiring story. So thank you so much.
All right. So me again, right? And this question is very close to my heart. As an entrepreneur, how can Real Helping Hands support my fundraising goals?
Yeah, as an entrepreneur, Real Helping Hands can help you fundraise, right? You could ask for donations to help with your business. You could share your ideas for expansion. You could explain your need. Why do you need the funds? Explain to them.
Mhm.
Provide pictures, do a video walkthrough of your business. Again, like I said, it could be an expansion. It could be that you need additional investment and you're asking the community to help you. Uh, we also offer what's called rewards based crowdfunding. What rewards based fundraising is that, for example, say you're arts and craft, or you're a t-shirt, or you're a startup. You want to say to your donors, listen, if you give me $25, I'm going to give you my first product, my
Okay.
prototype, or I'm going to give you my first t-shirt, or I'm going to give you my first painting or my first carving.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Okay. What I'm excited about most, though, is that I can access capital funding without going for a loan. I could dodge those interest fees. Um, Also, I think, creating my campaign on your website kind of creates some sort of brand awareness for me selfishly. But yeah, I could see the relationship and how it will work for us there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was saying about the rewards based crowdfunding,
Yeah.
rewards is big. I mean, $1 billion last year was
Hmm.
was into reward crowdfunding, right? This was businesses reaching out to individuals and creating a campaign, reaching out to people and saying, "Hey, I have this business idea, or my business does this.
Hmm.
You donate to me, I'll give you X."
Hmm.
Okay, and
Yes.
entrepreneurs are raising a lot of capital by doing that, right?
I can see this working for me, so I'll definitely check it out.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah. So my next question, why is Real Helping Hands considered a fintech solution? What is this whole buzzword about?
Yeah, so technology, what fintech stands for is financial technology.
Okay.
Fintech is technology and innovation that aims to compete with traditional financial methods in the delivery of financial services. It is
Mhm.
an emerging industry that uses technology to improve activities in finance. So basically, Real Helping Hands is a software solution that enables online fundraising
Mhm.
versus traditional fundraising, whereas we discussed before, you would have to do a fundraising dinner, you would have to do a bake sale, or some type of event. Now we're moving it, we're incorporating technology into this, right? And we're
Mhm.
stepping it up to the next level by making it online. You create a campaign online, and all you have to do is share that, right? We're
Mhm.
going digital with it, and we're using technology to enable us to do it.
Right. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Right. So how can you at Real Helping Hands encourage people to donate to our campaigns?
Yeah, so we encourage donations. We share on all our social media platforms. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Pinterest, and we use some print media from time to time, as
Okay.
well as we have partners. We have influencers that partner with us, and they share as well to get you as much views, eyes on your campaign as possible,
Yeah.
right?
And sharing stories that resonate, they really have a huge impact. As well as, I like you said this earlier, you spoke about the amounts that, campaigners can set. On the website, you're able to set a realistic amount that, don't intimidate donors, because these small amounts do add up with crowdfunding.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right about that. You want to be authentic and you want to be realistic, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Indeed.
what we can say, some of our tips for campaigns is try to have a compelling campaign. An engaging story with pictures and videos. The
Okay.
research, we have the statistics to prove it. Next slide, please. Yeah, we have the statistics to prove it. 105%. The rate of campaigns that earn more than those without videos, right? Campaigners that update their supporters every 5 days raise 3 times more than those that don't. I mean, 3 times
Wow.
more. I mean, we have the
Wow.
metrics. We have the metrics to prove it, right? Because
Yeah.
about crowdfunding, because it's digital, there's always a record, right? So we know who donated to what, the frequency. So all of these things are measurable. So we know these numbers, right? Another interesting statistic is 53% of email shares convert to donations to the campaign. So if you take the time to send to all those people in your inbox, these are people that you're on a good terms with. You send it to them. They're gonna click on that link. They're gonna say, "Hey, Kadeen, Sasha, oh, they need my help. Okay, okay," and they're gonna assist.
Yeah.
People take for granted that folks are gonna overlook things, but all we have to do is ask, right? And this is what crowdfunding, this is what Real Helping Hands platform offers you, is to create a campaign and share it. The share is the ask,
Mhm.
right? That's all it is.
Yes. Thank you. So as we're on numbers, give us an idea of the success rate of crowdfunding campaigns.
Yeah, good question. Next slide, please. Yeah, so on average, again, we have a lot of statistics for this. So last year, Statista, that tracks a lot of crowdfunding activity, they did a report, a study, and they concluded that it's the success rate is 38%, right? And they state that overall, almost 4.9 billion US dollars have gone into
Wow.
successfully launched campaigns.
Okay.
Yeah. There are many reasons why campaigns fail or don't do well, right? I think that the number that they came up with, 63%, there's many reasons for that. Some of it is a lack of interest from the campaigner themselves, right? They just create a campaign, put it out there, and they're not updating anyone, they're not sharing it. It's a lack of attention.
Right.
It could also be unrealistic funding requests. You're asking for, maybe you want to do improvements to your business, but you're asking for $1 million. It's unrealistic, and people are like, that's not really authentic. I'll move on to someone else that really needs it, right?
Right. Right.
Next slide, please. Yeah, so crowdfunding success rates when campaigns last between 113 days or just over 13 weeks. However, the average crowdfunding campaign only extends for 9 weeks. On average, people only keep their campaign up for 9 weeks.
Okay.
All the statistics say a longer campaign provides more time for people to browse or to stumble upon your search. Allows more time to spark interest amongst whom you're in your known network, and allows time for further sharing of the proposed venture. Right. So give people a time to check their messages, give people time to share it. Just be a little bit patient. You know,
Mhm.
these crowdfunding statistics indicate that on average, um, didn't that campaigners did not allow enough time for their campaign to reach its potential. So our recommendation, the recommendations of the statistic is be patient. Allow your campaign to run for at least 16 weeks and keep your contributors updated to the progress that you're making.
Okay.
Those are some of the ways that you could continue a successful campaign.
Okay. Wonderful. So that brings me, what are the benefits of crowdfunding? What benefits can it provide during this time of the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, that's a great question, a very pertinent question. We're all watching the news. We see that people are dying left and right from COVID. It's a serious matter. And, what I think what people were not prepared for is the isolation that
Mhm.
this pandemic has caused, right? Everybody's kind of stuck at home. You could only stay 6 feet away from any individual person. We're walking around with a mask.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, because of the situation with the pandemic, traditional fundraising efforts will not work.
Mhm.
Okay, you can't get together in a dining hall with people to eat anymore. You can't
Mhm.
have a party, right? So, Real Helping Hands crowdfunding platform is the perfect medium for COVID-19. You create your campaign, you create a compelling story behind that campaign, and you share it with your friends and family, and you ask that they share it with their friends and family in return. That's all. It's very simple. We've designed this to be very simple, very user friendly, and we've designed the platform that it's easily shareable.
Mhm. And I think, I mean, we have glaring benefits for the campaigners, right? But for the donors, benefits could be in terms of them having a sense of duty, a sense of ethical responsibility to their fellow man, as well as a sense of community where psychological connection is developed. And that is what is needed to unite us. And unity is what we need at this time, especially.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Like we say at Real Helping Hands, it's real people helping people.
Helping
This is
people.
this is about helping your friends, your neighbor, even people that you don't know, right?
Yes,
It's
yes.
all about helping people. That's what it is.
All right. So tell us about these campaigns. How easy is it to set one up and manage it?
Yeah, at Real Helping Hands, we've created a very simple process for in our platform. First, you log on to our site, realhelpinghands.com. You will create a profile, then it will prompt you to create a campaign. You create your campaign, it's 100% free. You tell your story. We encourage you to add pictures, we encourage you to add video, we encourage you to be authentic as possible. We encourage you to be compelling,
Yeah. Mhm.
right? Your campaign is ready within minutes for you to start sharing it. We are here to assist you. We are just an email away. We have a chat that you could an active chat session that you could interact with us, and we're here to assist you with guidance and tips of creating and any type of guidance for your campaign. Um, the next thing, we make it very simple for you to share your campaign. Once your campaign is completed, you share the link. You share the link in your major social media, Facebook, your Twitter feed, LinkedIn, Pinterest, website, blogs, and of course, you could email it to your friends and family or your associates.
Yeah.
Uh, Real Helping Hands, we also engage our supporters and our partners to help you grow your funding as well. Um, The process is very simple. As I mentioned before, there will be a dashboard for you to see what the funds are that are being received. We make it very simple for your donors to have, very simple methods of payments, donations for you by credit card, debit card. We use PayPal. We're in the works to get WePay on our site as well. So we try to make it very convenient for you. We also give you access to your money. On average, you have access to your money within 24 to 48 hours. Once you request the withdrawal, it goes through a process. Once it's ready, you select a payment method, and that's it. That's the process.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So this brings us to the end of our webinar. I want to thank all our viewers for tuning in to us today. As I said, this is the first of many webinars that we plan to have. We hope this session was informative, engaging, and enjoyable for you. If you need additional information, feel free to reach out to us. Follow us on all our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Log on to www.realhelpinghands.com to check out our campaigns if you want to donate, or if you want to create your own campaign or know someone who needs to create a campaign, please send them our way. So I just want to invite Andrew and Sasha if you have any closing words.
Yeah, I thank you for organizing this, and I think the more information that we could put out there for people to understand. Crowdfunding is relatively new, but people here, they're like, what does that mean? It's basically just fundraising online. That's it. And Real Helping Hands is providing the platform in which we could do it. And thank you very much, Kadeen. Kadeen is I don't think we got this in the beginning, but Kadeen is our country director for Trinidad and Tobago. So great job, Kadeen. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Sasha, were you saying something?
Yes, I just want to encourage the Caribbean to embrace what is ours, embrace Real Helping Hands. This platform was created with you in mind, for the Caribbean. And let us all live life bigger than ourselves, and let us continue to be real people helping people. Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, and Sasha is our country manager for Grenada. She's been doing a great job. Thank you very much, Sasha. Your questions were great, and thank you so much for participating. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
All right. Good night.
Good night.